Hello, I am Commissioner Emma I. Darnell, Fulton County District 6. Welcome to Mighty Six Conversations. As you know, Conversations is a monthly information and communication program focusing on the sustainable community, economically strong, environmentally safe, with liberty and justice for all. The subject for today's conversation is a very exciting new program for senior adults. Senior Community Service Employment Program, SCSEP. We call it our Senior Intern Program. What's going on? We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. Joining me in the conversation today is Dr. Pamela Rochelle, who is the Director of Fulton County's Department of Senior Services. Welcome, Dr. Rochelle.
Thank you for having me, Commissioner.
It's certainly good to see you again. We've been seeing each other a lot for the last 30 days.
We have.
As we've come together to celebrate Older Americans Month. And of course, you know, and you've heard so many times since you've been here, we like to feel that in Fulton County, every day is Older Americans Day, because we believe that our responsibility is to all people, irrespective of their age, whether they're 8 or 80. And let me just say right now, even though there's so many things we could comment on about Older Americans Month here at Fulton County, that we certainly have been greatly encouraged by the level of participation of seniors in your program this year. I think we were together last Tuesday when we had the Senior Summit, but I also visited senior centers during the other portions of the month. And to see that level of participation, it's encouraging, isn't it?
It's very encouraging. We are so grateful for all of the seniors that participated. We heard what they had to say about the direction of senior services in Fulton County.
Yes, and they also heard what the staff had to say, Dr. Rochelle. And I'm sure you noticed that whenever, you know, the activity involved the dissemination of information from staff, they were excited about that too. And of course, you've heard me say many, many times, people want information. It's interesting though that people don't have access to information today with all of our technology that they had years ago. I think it's because the concept of community has changed a little bit, don't you think?
I think so. I think that we take for granted that many people do have access to technology, and they really don't. They really don't.
They don't, do they?
They don't. The old-fashioned way of just getting in front of people and having those conversations still works best.
And it makes a difference.
It does.
Well, each one of our multi-purpose centers was packed. And everybody was saying, oh, but the attendance was so great. I said, oh, but the staff had been working.
We did. We called churches. We made visits to different communities, inviting, and we made an invitation to older adults to come out and let us hear their voice.
They don't hear that much, Dr. Rochelle. I think because they also take some things for granted too, you know, but they needed to hear. As I say so many times, you know, the online is good, but one-on-one is even better.
Absolutely, and we saw that at the summit.
I saw that y'all, you know, as soon as I saw those crowds, I said, this has been more than a flyer, and this has been more than Facebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course, you know, I'm from that generation. If you have to go to Facebook to get a friend, you're in trouble already.
That's right.
You're already in trouble.
Don't count on that.
You can't count on Facebook friend now. You know, I think Mr. Zuckerberg proved that to everybody.
Yes, he did.
You know, there's no telling where your information is going.
Really won't.
But anyway, back to this exciting program. I'm so excited. We're presenting it in partnership with AARP, a senior intern program where we're going to be working with AARP to bring senior adults in who want to work. That's another thing that people don't understand. You know, not everybody wants to just look at the young and the restless.
That's right. That's right.
Tell us about the program and how you came up with this, and we're just all so excited about it.
Well, Commissioner, I'm always listening to how you say, how do we really meet the needs of older adults in Fulton County? And what we continue to hear is that some older adults want to remain engaged.
Yes, they do, don't they?
They want to remain engaged.
You can see that at the summit.
We saw it at the
300
summit.
people down there every day.
Every day. And
Yes.
so as far as workforce issues, some older adults want to remain engaged because they want to, and some need to.
Need to.
They need to. They need
I'm glad
to
you're
continue.
making that point, Dr.
Yes.
Rochelle.
So
They need to.
They need to. It's an issue of financial stability and financial security. And so through a partnership with AARP, we are able to retrain older adults who want to re-enter the workforce.
They've been there.
They've been there before. They've been out of the workforce for many months or years for some of them.
Which means they really got to be retrained.
Retrained. And so this is a program for older adults 55 and older who want to re-enter the workforce and want to be connected to agencies and organizations that can help them retrain for a new career or re-enter where they left.
We never would have believed this back in the day, that there would actually be a program that is targeting senior adults that are over 55. Because, you know, historically, folks beginning, you know, years ago, they begin to look at you a little funny when you get about 50 because they're looking for some younger folks. But I believe AARP received this grant from a Labor Department, right?
They do. They received this grant from the Department of Labor and have been administering this program in Georgia and across the country for many years. So we're really excited about this opportunity here in Fulton County.
And they call us the host agency. And what is our responsibility?
So our responsibility as the host agency is really to provide the opportunity for training. And so the Department of Senior Services is in partnership internally with several departments who are going to work together to develop specific targeted opportunities for older adults in Fulton County to retrain.
Well, I hope they heard that last part of what you said, because we're not bringing folks in here to do some copying at the copy machine and give them $9 or $10, you know, and say you've been trained. You've given these departments some who are really, I appreciate their volunteering to work with us, but you've given them some real direction in terms of what we mean by training, right?
Yes, we have. We are meeting frequently to talk about the program, what we all want to accomplish together, and really identifying some specific needs that are not only here in Fulton County that we can help train, but how does that look like? Yes, in other places once they leave this training.
I didn't know about that. That's excellent.
How can they use that training to secure employment
outside
of Fulton County?
Of course, we have no obligation to actually employ them, but naturally, if they're being retrained here, you know these departments are going to be looking at them in the event that they have vacancies, you know. But I think that that's a part of it many of us didn't know about, and that we're training them not just for, well, we're not training them for Fulton County jobs, but if we have vacancies, we certainly are going to give them an opportunity to compete.
Right. They would compete and apply just like any other.
Just like anybody else.
Any person that would want to apply. Yes.
And I guess we have the responsibility for the actual administration of the program, right? The fiscal and, of course, we are very pleased that because of the combination of our partners, AARP and the Labor Department, which our taxes, Fulton County is not contributing financially, but someone has to administer the grant, the program, right?
That's correct. So
tell us about that part, because some people are interested in that part.
Yes. So we are, as you said, a host agency. We don't contribute financially. All of the eligibility and the financial component of this is handled by AARP.
Yes.
And so we simply are providing the training opportunity.
We do have to maintain the records, of course.
Yes, ma'am. We will be maintaining all of the records, who was trained, what type of training they received, and for how long.
Well, now let's get to something folks really interested in. If they want to get more information about this program, or if they want to participate. Because as you said, Dr. Rochelle, this is not a matter of a hobby to a lot of seniors. You make the point all the time that this is a diverse senior community, and some people really need these jobs. They need the training. In
That's
fact,
right.
all of us need to be retrained, even under 55.
That's right.
But we're going to come back and talk about that a little bit more, because that's what folks are really interested in more than this bureaucratic talk that I've gotten us into here recently. We'll be back in a moment for part 2 of our conversation with Dr. Rochelle and Fulton County's new senior intern program. We'll be back in a moment. Well, Dr. Rochelle, we were getting back to the place that most folks are interested in. Not only senior adults who might be interested, but their families and their caregivers, because as you know, you and I hear so many times, I was able to get my mother out of that house. She won't go back in.
Yes.
And so we want to give a little bit more information about what the process is going to be, even though I think everybody knows that we will have that information available to them you'll have the proper numbers for them to get more detailed information. But generally speaking, let's talk about who's going to do the recruitment. I think both of us are, aren't we?
So yes, both AARP and Fulton County will recruit, but AARP is responsible for the intake and the eligibility.
Yes.
And so for any of the viewers today, they would call AARP at 404-892-4446.
Of course, they can get that number from us.
They can get that number from us,
Mhm.
and they can call us on our Star line. So
Yes.
we have a group of staff that are dedicated to providing
That's so
information.
important. Yes.
It's called our Star line, and that number is 404-613-6000.
Mm-hmm.
And not only will you get information about the senior intern program, but Commissioner, as you know, we are continuing to provide many services through Fulton County.
And information about resources. and all that.
Resources, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. We were talking about that earlier about how, whenever you have senior adults, what is your real number one? I was surprised to find out recently that information comes before anything else. And the Star Line
The Star line.
is the program in the department that focuses on making information available about what the resources are. Is that correct?
That is correct. The older adult themselves can call, or as you said, a family member can call us at 404-613-6000 and just speak with one of our trained counselors about their situation, the types of resources that they're looking for, and we help them to navigate the system and how they can get the resources and services that they need.
Well, I was in my district recently, and several of the questions that I received relate to that very information that you just mentioned. One of the constituents asked, and it was a pretty large community meeting, it's one of our larger community associations. She said, where do I get information concerning how to register at a center? And she, of course, was a recent, resident of the area, and she was asking about the online information, and of course we were able to give her information about Starline because she thought she could just call. We're still working on that right now, but Starline is the number, and of course, in addition to employment, which many people are surprised to find out that many seniors are interested in. Each time we've had this program, when we pull seniors together once a year, we always had a lot of questions about employment. That's why I knew that there was a need for some information about it. I want you to touch on the kind of external data you have, because not only did they bring the information to us, you brought something to them that was probably a little surprising as well. And I know that you all are constantly looking at your own information to determine what it is that we may need to adjust and apply to our local situation, there are some national and local trends that suggested that we probably need to spend a little more time with employment, right?
Absolutely. So one of the most interesting 2015 data shows us that more adults 65 and older are in the workforce than teenagers.
They're not retiring.
They are not retiring. We had nationally 8.4 million adults 65 plus in the workforce and only 4 million teenagers. So this is an issue that impacts Social Security because we are looking at who is actually in the workforce.
Yes.
And as I've said, many older adults want to and need to be to remain financially secure, and then there are others that want to just remain engaged. So we have over 1.3 million older adults who are actually looking for work. So this is just a great partnership to address that need.
It certainly is, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity, I know you want to do it, to tell them about some other activities that we do in addition to employment. Tell them about our multipurpose centers and our neighborhood centers, which are really communities.
Absolutely. So our multipurpose centers, we provide life enrichment classes. We provide
What does that mean?
So life enrichment classes are classes that really just help you enjoy the aging process. Things like arts and crafts, sewing. We have classes on computers, how to use that smartphone that
Yes.
many older adults
I got
now
to
have.
enroll because all I know now is the dial tone.
Well, you need to enroll, Commissioner. We'll
I
help you
am.
out.
I'm serious. I was serious. Don't
It's
think I'm
really a
eligible.
popular class.
I'm eligible by age, but I don't know about otherwise. But anyway, I'm gonna chip in out there and see about that smartphone.
And we also have health classes. Many older adults really are really more
Nutrition.
focused on their nutrition, on
Yes.
exercise.
That's
and
the
so
largest segment.
it's the largest segment is that health and fitness.
We
Where
really like the health and fitness.
the pool is the #1 health
You know,
and fitness.
doctors actually write prescriptions for our centers.
Yes,
The water therapy.
for therapeutic water.
It's just amazing what that
classes.
water does.
It is.
I said, no, they don't swim. They have instructors
They
out
have
there
instructors that are trained.
that are trained
certified.
to read those prescriptions and know what they
That's
need.
right. Know how many of what in a class to take in order for them to benefit therapeutically from our aquatics classes.
So that's that life enrichment.
That's life enrichment and health and fitness offered Monday through Friday in our 4 multipurpose facilities. And we also have neighborhood senior centers
throughout the county.
throughout the county.
Alpharetta to Palmetto.
Alpharetta to Palmetto.
Bankhead to Buckhead.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, 17.
We have 17 of those,
And they're local.
and they're local. And they're a smaller environment. And so
Yes,
we
which
have
some people prefer.
Some people prefer that smaller community environment, but we still offer those classes.
Yes.
So we have,
You offered even more next year, aren't
we're
you?
offering even more.
At the neighborhood
At the
centers.
neighborhood centers. Art is one of the #1 classes that we're targeting, and
Yes.
offering even more arts as far as ceramics and,
It's just
different
been
classes.
amazing how you all have worked together with the Arts Department, the Arts Council, to do the, what was it called, Living Large?
It was Living Out Loud.
Oh, Living Out Loud.
Yes, ma'am. Living large and living out loud.
It was living something.
Yes.
It was
yes.
living out large too, wasn't
Living
it?
large and out
I
loud.
sure enjoyed those programs.
Yes.
I really enjoyed them. And I also enjoy the intergenerational programs that you have in many of the centers in your department. You know, it's always helpful, you know, to have the young people and the seniors do things together. They really seem to enjoy it too.
They enjoy it so much, and both learn from each other.
They
and so
learn
it's
from
really
each
a
other,
powerful
don't they?
experience. Yes.
Some of the closing thoughts you'd like to leave with folks about the program and the direction that we're moving, because we're always moving, right?
We are moving. Our focus really is on continuing to meet the current and future needs
And future.
of older adults in a very diverse Fulton County. And so
Yes.
we want to serve everyone, and we want to ensure that all adults 55 and older can age healthy, they can remain at home as long as possible, and engaged in the community.
And age in place.
Age in place.
Well, we certainly thank you so very, very much for this information, Dr. Rochelle, and we are just really looking forward to this particular program, our senior intern program, and we want to thank AARP and all of our partners who have come together to help us help others. I'll be back in a moment with closing thoughts. We are greatly encouraged by what we have seen and heard from the leadership of not only the Department of Senior Services today, but what we've heard from our citizens. Vice President Humphrey said, quote, "The moral test of a civilized government is how it treats those in the dawn of life, its children, and those in the twilight of life, the elderly, disabled, and the poor." Meeting the moral test has never been easy, and certainly in these days and times, it is hard. However, as you've heard today, the people of Fulton County, including the elderly and their families, will accept nothing less. Liberty and justice for all, irrespective of age. That's all the time that we have for today's conversation. Until next time, friends and neighbors, stay strong. To learn more about today's conversation, contact me at 404-612-8222. That's 404-612-8222. You can also email me at emma.darnell@fultoncountyga.gov. Visit us online at emmadarnell.com or connect with us on Facebook or Twitter.